Hello, everybody. We are early this evening, so you're not late. You're A-okay. But we just decided that with so many people here, we would come on, and we're welcoming you on several channels. We have Teri from Holding Your Space, who is running a simulcast. And we have beautiful Kelly Healer, who is running a simulcast. We have the fabulous Linda G, who is running
Hi, everybody. Let me turn my phone
simulcast. And we have our wonderful Diana Bowles, who isn't simulcasting, but she is sketching a lot of things. And,
yeah. And I'm still working
character.
on
it. She is, yeah. So thank you all for being here with us tonight. This show has been on since about 2021, I believe. It started in late 2021, although these gals started working with me 3 years ago. And so it's been a lot of fun. We also sometimes have Carolyn and Peter Booker on, and when they come on, we have a lot of interesting apparitions that show up and talking about ghosts and so on. But we love doing it, and we want to just mention to you that your understanding of your dream is the most important understanding, because you're the one who knows your symbols, and you're the one who knows the words and the things that you're interested in doing. And so we offer guidance. We have a lot of fun, and we bring things together. But ultimately, you make the decision whether if it's right for you or if it lands at all. So I just
because not all dreams are literal.
That's very, very true. Yeah.
Because I saw Trump in the coffin in 2017 in a glass coffin. It was so real.
Uh-huh.
And
I bet he'd love that, wouldn't he? He would love that.
I'm wondering if it's just since it was see-through, if we'll see the fall. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily.
That's very true. At least it wasn't a toilet, Linda. It could have been.
He wasn't in diapers either.
Ew. Maybe that's what it's going to take for him to be transparent.
It's true. That's very true. There you go. There you go. There you go.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for being here. Joanne Rust, what if you don't dream? Honey, you do. You do dream, but you just don't remember. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. So, we can offer some tips, like maybe if you want to stay up and have to pee half the night, then you can drink some water before you go to bed. But it's all about setting your intention. And I have to tell you, the people that come here every week to the show, a lot of them started out that way. I don't dream. I never remember my dreams. And now they're part of what's going on in the chat. And they are just as good at analyzing it as we are, or, as we hope we are. So what I'd like to start with this evening is that yesterday, Linda on her channel posted a dream she had. And I want her to briefly tell us again what it is, because we had a crossover dream. We have a lot of community dreams in this group. Everybody's very tightly woven, and we are always looking for new people to come in. So I just want you to know that. So Linda, I'm going to let you tell everybody what your dream was about.
Okay, so you're talking about the dream that I had about walking in the White House and it was all messed up.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was weird because two men in black, like black ops, but they didn't have any like flags or anything. They just were holding guns. Their faces were covered, dark boots. And I'm walking in the middle with them, and I'm walking down the halls of the White House, and it is a mess. It's like, I even saw blood on the walls. Mm-hmm. And I saw, it was a lot of paper and junk all over the floor. And I remember the squeaking of my feet on the floor. Like it was sticky.
Yeah.
Remember, well, I had little kids, so I know what that's like. But I was like, what the heck? But it was, and in this dream, I knew Trump and Elon had escaped. I knew they were on the road, that they were getting out. But I felt some people were taken down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like his people, the Doge people, I felt like they got taken out or arrested or something. I felt people got hurt. Yeah.
All right. So Diana watched that tape, and
Yep.
this is what she'd like to say.
Okay.
So I'm in Michigan. So I'm 3 hours ahead of you time-wise. So about sometime after Sunday midnight into Monday morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I get a glistening when I'm about to have a remote view or just a vision. I get this glistening in my right eye, and I get this glistening, and I close my eyes and I press against them, not hard, just to hold the eyelids. And I see a briefcase go flying, and I see a big water bubble that bursts, and then paper and everything is just flying all over the place. So I grabbed my book to try to start to just do this vision, and I didn't have to try to put my third eye to work. This appeared on the paper by itself. All of these scattered lines that were desks and paper and furniture and briefcases all over the place, just flying left
And this
right.
was before she even knew my dream.
Yes.
This is before I knew your dream.
This happens to her all the time.
Right?
Yeah.
This was a cupboard. This was like a file cabinet that was going flying.
And this was
right? And all of these X marks the spot. There was something taken out of there. There was a splat on the wall. And they just kept appearing to the point where if I would draw every line in there, the whole page would be black. And that was the first time that I'd ever gotten a vision like that. Mm-hmm. When I saw your show with the dream the next day, like right now, I am so filled with chills. We had this crossover. Yeah. I was getting the download while you were getting the dream. I don't know if you were in bed. It doesn't matter because time is an orb. So we were in there together.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. And let me ask you this. Does this guy look like any of the those two guys in black that you saw?
Absolutely, with the mask on. Yep. Only I didn't see his nose and his face. But he had like a, something here.
Oh, really?
But the eyes look correct.
Okay.
Wow. That's
that's wild.
Okay. Well, this happens almost every week that somebody talks about a dream in the chat. And Diana says, "Oh," and she flips her pages. Yes.
Did you ever have a dream about a sniper up on a building getting ready to shoot?
Yes.
She saw the.
Remember, I had that where I could see the sniper getting ready to shoot Elon and not Elon, JD Vance and Trump.
She also saw the bridge collapse before it happened in Maryland.
Right. Yeah, I was diving in the water, retrieving the souls, doing the laundry and all kinds of things. And then Trump comes in this bathrobe and they say, "No, you're not going." And they throw him back in the corner. And then I get ready to go with my 5 souls that I had gotten out of the water, the guys that died. And Archangel Raphael comes back and says, "No, you just stay here and relax. They're going above." And then when all of the stuff happened in Ashland, the same thing. And with the fire, I had remote view on the fire in Palisades and all of all through California.
Wow. So you prophesize in your dreams for real.
Yeah. Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the really cool thing is that when we started, we get dreams and we get people not knowing dreams. And then we started getting people that were meeting up in dreams and crossing over in dreams and then having the same type of dream. She's got another one that she had last night. Tell her about that one.
Yes.
Or tell everybody. I mean, sorry.
So, right. Well, let me refresh the crowd as well. So back on December 16th, 17th, in that era, we had a meetup that I can't even remember what we planned to do, but we ended up with Teresa Ford, one of the chatters, doing roll call. Here's Teri. She's the greeter. She's making sure everybody gets in and gets comfortable. Aley always has this crazy headdress. And so this is Aley standing at the top of the stairs going, okay, this is going good. This is going good. And all of the chatters are filing in. So once everybody gets signed in through the roll call, we end up having this big dinner. All these plates are feasted, and I can't remember the whole premise, and I didn't write it down because I was so busy drawing it. Meals seemed to be there for 3 days. I'm reading this backwards. I can't believe that.
The courtyard for a meeting.
Right. And everybody had their own chamber to go and rest in. So last night, I get this dream again. Now, where did that page go? And here we are. And Callie shows up in my dream. Callie had the dream as well. Now we have this table, and there's smaller tables all over the place, and all the chatters are coming in. On each table, there was piles of tarot cards and a rosary or mala beads. And again, Teresa Ford is standing at the podium doing roll call. Here's little Trudy coming in. Carolyn Booker is standing at the top of the stairs. She was waiting for someone to come and help her come down the stairs. And then my niece was here with her dad's cigar. There's a washing machine and dryer and a bottle of Tide. And what was the other part? And then Teri's over here making sure something, like she's got a list of her own that she's checking, right? But she's making sure everything's where it's supposed to be. And all the chatters were coming in, and we were getting ready for this big party. Well, lo and behold, here you are.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but the really interesting thing is it was the day after she had that dream like you did, but the girls are cleaning up. They're washing clothes. They're washing dishes.
Lots of dishes.
And Kelly's making food for everybody.
Isn't that
I was cooking like it was nobody's business.
Well, but Aley, you said something earlier about it. And so can you remember when we were backstage?
Well, yeah, it was, you said that we were underground. And I said, well, we are underground, but we're supposed to clean up this mess and be fed and be prepared to do the work that's coming.
Right. All of the chandeliers were filled with crystals and glass and candles, I mean. And then there were these little funky mirrors all over the room, like to make sure that the light is bouncing at all times. And it was definitely a meeting, and everybody was at it again, so much like the 5 pips when we did Avalon. But the fact that Callie had the same dream, Teri had a dream that fits into this. And I mean, you know, we hadn't talked about it. We didn't even plan this one.
No, not at all. Yeah. Yeah. So, yes. So there's an example of what we're talking about, everybody. And, you know, I recognize that a lot of you are brand new to this and are asking some dream questions and how to dream and so on. But, you know, if you can start to write them down before you step out of bed, and you can write down what you can remember. It starts with little things sometimes, and then it gets bigger and bigger. So there are people now that say, oh, I dreamt this before, and I went back to the dream.
Right.
You know, so,
how about lucid dreaming? Do you guys have lucid dreams?
Yeah.
Or you know you're dreaming, and you're standing there saying, I know I'm dreaming.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But I'm still going to lay in bed with Paul McCartney.
I love it.
And he was only 19 in that dream, so that's a good time.
Right.
But you know, I have dreams where I would wake up and go back to sleep and keep going.
Yes.
Yeah,
like a little story.
Yep.
Yep.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep. It does
Yeah.
continue. It does continue. Many times we have people in the chat and they have similar dreams. Like for me, it was years and years of not dropping my class in college in time. So I failed. And until I graduated, which I finally did 22 years later, it went away after that. So I know what it was. It was pressure that was on
that
me.
anxiety.
It was.
Mhm.
It was. It was me realizing I needed to get something done. And so, but or walking naked somewhere, you know, or being naked in front of the group. Yeah, it's like the worst thing you can do. Yeah.
And
There's
Teri, I want you to say what you'd like to say. Yeah.
Okay. Also, a lot of times now, Linda, we are jumping timelines into different dimensions, a lot of us in our dreams. So, and it's a space that we know where we are. We know the people there. Some of them are the same people from here, but not all of them. But we know the house. We know everything about it. So it's been really interesting. A lot of people in the group are doing that now.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put up Mary's dream. She had a lucid dream last night.
Yay.
She saw thousands of photographs of historic events and people from multiple cultures that had been torn at the edges and put together in a rapidly moving collage. She felt it was a huge wind tunnel and heard the words quantum entanglement. Wow. Go ahead.
Okay, for me, this kind of feels like the space of infinite potential, Mary, where anything can be done, like that witnessing awareness space that you can get to. And you can kind of jump into anything that you want, that quantum entanglement, the quantum field.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, though, there's something about that historic thing that sticks out to me, because they say that they used to say, you know, the Amish, pictures capture your soul. That's why they never wanted their picture taken.
Mhm.
So it's historical events and people from multiple cultures. And what are we having right now but lots of upheaval of historical proportions? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's what it kind of feels like for me too, is she's thinking about what's going on right now in the collective, and she's working through it.
the tattered old photographs, when we think about it, especially if you saw O'Donnell's show last night, FDR and, 1940s and what everything happened with the crash of the stock market in the 30s and what's going on right now. And then what happened yesterday with Macron in
Oh, yes.
Mexico.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, weaving our destiny.
Uh,
Weaving the destiny.
Yep.
And with all the big planets changing and all this big universal, the fact that we're coming into the realization that time is not linear, and that we can do these things.
That's another. Yeah, absolutely. That the fact that time is not. Yeah, it's not straight. It's happening all at once. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sliding doors.
Uh-huh.
I got Unbound.
Ooh.
I got Unbound, and it says releasing old patterns, contracts, and past lives.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah. Any hits from you? I loved your cards, by the way, Linda, that you had.
What the predictions one?
The predictions ones, yeah.
Those are
By
amazing.
the way, she
Yeah.
just got them in.
Oh, she did?
Just got them in. Remember
Okay.
they got a
Nice.
stock?
Yeah.
If you want a predictions deck, go to TRISHE James JAIMES Oracles.
Yeah. I just ordered the ones for investigation. So
yeah, she's sending me her new deck. She said she wants to treat me to her new deck, so we'll check it out.
All right.
I'll tell you, we're giving her good business because it's sold out like that.
Sure.
But no, well, with the disturbance and people from the past, it's almost like we're repeating past things.
Yes.
Like energetically, we probably stood here before and it's torn and tattered, and and they're trying to piece it together. That's what I get, but I'm not a professional dream
No,
interpreter.
but
No, that's excellent.
that's
Yeah,
excellent.
it's
Yes.
what it is.
And it's made into this collage, and a collage is simply just little pieces of everything that you
Yeah.
put together and put on a, so that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So
I bet, Mary, she says it was a disturbing dream. I bet.
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
Well,
I-
and it goes with that explosion that, seriously, if you think about it, you just happen to be in the archive room
uh-huh.
That's true.
collecting the photos from the past to make sure that we've got those pieces to recall and trigger memories and put things back together.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we did have one that was sent in from Debbie at 3 Shifting Veils, and it's a little long, so I'm going to just put it up and let you. Mike is her husband. Mike, Mom, and I are in a foreign country. We're staying with people Mike knows. The rooms in the house keep changing. You leave a room and then you walk back in. Everything is different. Even the color, as well as the carpet pattern and color. A woman wanted me to show her how to crochet. She said that there's yarn in the corner. So many corners, so many rooms, and no yarn. The house started getting too crowded. I set a bag of beans on a sidebar, and they fell through down into an underground water system. The sidebar had been taped, so I removed the tape so that it wouldn't fool anyone entering or examining it, I guess. All right. The people were nice. However, it was chaotic. Another chaotic dream. My mother asked me to hold on to a necklace that she liked, and I was examining it when I woke up. I had 3 stones that had been crocheted over, and I woke before I could figure out the rest. And then she said, Mike's her husband.
Oh, can we see that first page again?
Yeah.
Please. Because, wow.
Yeah. This is it reminds me of In My House, There Are Many Mansions.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder too if Debbie's not picking up again on the energy in the collective, because we literally can be in one room and we walk out of the room, come back, and crap has happened.
The room is different. Yes.
Yeah, in the collective, and
Right.
it feels to me like maybe the yarn is like stability, and right now things are just really unstable. And she was looking for it and couldn't find it, and she's feeling the need for stability.
Mhm.
The crowded people, the crowd and the chaos, I think is almost like a premonition of what is to come, and people coming together. And the beans feel like it's almost like monetary, that we're losing monetary, we're losing money, and it's falling through the cracks, and we're wanting to save it. And the 3 stones I get is for to bring harmony back, in harmony, balance, and spirituality back into the collective.
Yeah, in the weaving, the crocheting, knot tying, knitting, yarn,
Yeah.
just what you were saying, Kelly, it's weaving together again, bringing us back into a woven clutch of understanding and growth and support and taking care of each other when the worst has happened. The misappropriation, what you're talking about from the get-go, absolutely.
Right up for the before he even started.
Right. And how do we navigate
to
get
bumpy
back
water
to alliance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just going to throw in there spinning a yarn.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And who does that every day?
Well, right now I'm knitting a shawl and I'm using it as an oming tool.
Good.
I love that.
Knitting, and so each one is a mala, a prayer. And even though, my stones are in my lap, not going into this thing, but they're sitting there with me holding the prayer.
Well, awesome. Teri.
So I'm wondering, Debbie, if you were thinking about Europe too, because you were talking about a foreign country, and I feel like things might be breaking up over there somewhat. Like already, UK is out of the EU, and Germany seems to be going, even though they voted conservative, the far right is really coming in strong. So everything kind of breaking up and losing our beans. I mean, that is losing value.
About that.
But there's also bean counters, right?
Yeah.
There's that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I love
Something
that.
like that.
Oh, King Cole, right?
Yeah.
King
What
was
about,
in his counting house counting out his money,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
which mounted up to beans.
Linda?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I
It's
dream
okay.
all the time about houses, but
Do you?
I always dream about being in my old childhood home.
Mm-hmm. That's a visitation, probably.
I do too.
But I will tell you that the house represents the physical body as well. And
Okay,
so if
that's-
you have a dream about
does
being,
a car represent the physical body as well too?
It
does
can.
what? Yeah.
A car.
A car.
A car. Oh, a
vehicle.
car is the way you get through life. If you're driving that car, you're in charge. If you're a passenger, somebody else is driving that car. So,
Okay.
but the house, if you dream about a basement, check into the lower half of your body. You may be having bowel problems, a stomach issue, and then if you're in the living room, it might be something that, you need, or the kitchen, you're not eating right. The attic is the higher self. So if you're dreaming about that, you're up in the higher self. Yeah. So yeah, it's wonderful. I love that, Linda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Can I tell you guys something real quick?
Of
Yeah.
course.
You might find interesting. I don't know. For a while, when I lived in Laguna Beach, where I had those profound dreams, where the man first started, one of the times that I heard that man talk to me, I was in a room and we were all sitting in chairs. And I had my eyes closed. I had my head down and I was really holding onto the chair. And there was other people around me. I wasn't looking at them. And I heard, you better say the Lord's Prayer and mean every word of it, or we're going to crash you into the ceiling. And
Ooh.
I sat there and said the Lord's Prayer and concentrated and made sure I meant every word of it. I could hear people crashing, screaming and crashing. I didn't look. I just concentrated. I woke up saying the Lord's Prayer out loud. But here's the key. I don't know the Lord's Prayer in consciousness. I was raised by atheists. I had no idea what the Lord's Prayer was.
Oh,
But
my
I was
God.
saying it out
But
loud.
you knew it in your dream.
I knew it in the dream, but I'm saying it as I wake up
Yeah.
out loud.
Uh-huh. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
feels
then
like
the other thing is, while I lived down there, I always was having this cloud that turned into a demon face. And I said, by the blood of Jesus Christ, I command that you leave me. And I had to concentrate everything to get rid of this evil. And then it would finally melt and turn into rain.
No.
Whoa.
Wow.
I had that back to back. I had that for maybe a couple of years.
Yep.
it sounds like that's why they were teaching you the Lord's Prayer, Linda.
I
That
think
it was
so.
a guide.
There's something
Yeah.
with the Lord's Prayer. I must have been religious in a life before or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like a
it was the
mantra
land
almost.
that you were on?
Huh?
Do you think it was the land you were on?
I don't know. I was living in Laguna Beach.
Yeah, it might have been.
Good.
Yeah.
Might have had some kind of an attachment or some kind of spirits around that land.
Anytime I'm down there, even now, I don't go, I'm different places. I do have pretty significant dreams.
That's
But
fabulous.
I saw Jesus when I was 8, but that wasn't a dream. That was out of body.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mission.
Well,
And I didn't know who he was. Like,
Of
where
course.
is this? Who is this?
This long-haired hippie guy.
So, Linda, was the guy that was telling you about the Lord's Prayer, was he a tall, skinny guy?
There was no man standing there. I only heard him.
You only heard him
Oh.
because a
He
lot
said,
of
you
us are,
better say the Lord's Prayer and mean
Uh-huh.
every word you say, or you'll get smashed into the ceiling. And while I'm saying, I could even feel the chair start to rumble. and I'm saying it, and I'm, whatever the Lord's Prayer is, I was saying it, meaning every word. And I could hear people, boom, smashing up on the ceiling. And I didn't even look. I just kept looking down, and I said it, and I said it. I never even saw the persons that were sitting, but I knew they were there.
Uh-huh.
So that sounds to me like a past life memory coming through about the destruction of Lemuria, and that you were present there.
I remember Ruth Montgomery talking about Lemuria, and I felt a real connection to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. She was the one my mother got interested in back in the 60s. She read every book she ever wrote, and she
I
just,
loved her.
yeah, she was a wonderful person at that time to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
All right.
Sorry, enough about me. What do you guys think of me?
Oh, you
Darling.
All right. So Robin had a dream that I was really looking at tribal art like I was really there. It felt so real. And every time I turned my head, it was different.
Oh,
Ooh-wee. Really?
Interesting.
So you were in the art is kind of what I'm getting. Is that what you got, ladies?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
well, I also feel that's a past life experience. Tribally,
so.
that's part of who she was. She might have
Yeah.
even been a native artist.
That's
Right.
very true. Yeah.
The pictographs.
Mhm.
And what tribal art were you looking at here, or Africa, or South America, or, because the whole world is actually tribal,
Uh-huh.
but as of no matter, because truly this is a past life recall.
Yeah.
Definitely, it felt like
Yeah.
that. And it's
I agree.
changing, so it's things she's seen before. Yeah.
Oh, I got to show you this. I just saw this. So Nina, thank you for putting that up. She had the same dream that you had, Linda, and Diana had, but from outside the White House.
What was the dream? What did
Whoa.
she see outside?
I don't know if we have that.
She posted it on the 21st.
Yeah, she said she posted it on maybe on her channel. I'm not sure.
Must have been on her channel. Yeah.
yeah.
Like maybe
Yeah.
it must have been all messed up and
Mm-hmm.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
A return to Gen 6, right?
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah.
can imagine it was
Except
probably
that-
going.
Except, the people that, what is it that Hakeem said? We're not the ones who push our way in or whatever.
Right.
We aren't the destructive ones. Yeah.
yeah.
So, but thank you, Nina, for telling us that. See, this happens all the time. It really
Right?
does. Yeah.
We're all
It is-
so connected. I mean,
We are.
I think if we knew how connected we all are, it would freak us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go looking for that dream too. Post.
Diana, are dreams predestined in our life charts? That's a great
Oh.
question.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good possibility, because especially since we're in the draconic chart shift, and it's a 19-year cycle. And when we look at our draconic chart, we're looking at what our soul's purpose is. And what are our dreams, the dreams we create for our life. That's part of what we think we want to do, what we want to be when we grow up, if we ever grow up.
Yeah.
But but when we look at those past lives, we look at where your north node and south node is, which also helps look at your past life, what your soul's purpose is, where you're going to go forward, where you're going to go behind. Yeah, I can see how they could work together, but it would take an entirely deep dive.
That's true. Yeah.
To sit with this. It would take,
Sure.
It's almost like rectifying a chart when you don't have your birth time. You got to talk about every single event and what was the date, and
to figure out what it should be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pain. Yeah.
Right. It's hard, but
Yeah.
when I rectify a dream or a chart without a birth time, I just say, well, what did your mother say? Was it breakfast? Was it lunch? And then work a time in there and see if that resonates. And if not, then just change it by 2 hours, because the rising sign changes every 2 hours and 15 minutes in a day.
Okay.
So we have all 12 signs that go through a 24-hour period. So you're bound to hit something that's going to rectify, might throw the houses off a little bit and signs too, but you get to know yourself pretty well. You get to know what resonates.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Very good. Teresa, thank you. You have explained exactly what I didn't know about the vitamin B complex, but that's cool. Set an intention at bedtime to remember your dreams. Keep a dream journal always. Yep. With a pen, and don't get up yet. You got to write it all down before you step out of that bed.
Yep.
That's the
And
important.
that's funny. I have instinctively taken vitamin B at bedtime all my life. Well, all my adult life.
Okay. Wow. Innocent Potato says, by the way, I want to say hello to Kevin Lewis, to Mel, to Ron, and some of the other channel people, Sherry, all the channel people, Sharon. Thank you all for being here. Yeah. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And subscribers from everybody's channel. We wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
So-
I never met a potato I didn't like.
Same.
Hello.
Were they innocent though? That's the key. Or did they have their eye on you?
Oh, they were sweet.
I got my eye on you.
They were baked. Anyway, she rarely remembers her dreams, but on Lincoln's birthday, she woke up at 3:30 to 4, which is the wishing hour, clearly heard a gunshot. I thought someone in the neighborhood had shot off a gun. I guess this is the problem. We have so many people here, we couldn't get 2 in a row, if you know what I mean. So I'm guessing that
There's a second part.
there's a second part to it, but anyway,
Yeah.
I just find it, if you remembered that, and I'm guessing that you thought someone in the neighborhood did it, but then you found out they didn't. That's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So considering where we are in time and what we were thinking last week on February 12th,
Mhm.
and the fact that it was right after the full moon,
Okay.
quite possibly you were revisiting it.
Could be,
in
yeah.
the theater.
Wow. That's very true. Wow. Okay. Shandel's got an interesting. I had a vision the other day after inauguration of a baby dove trapped in a spider web.
Wow.
Represents freedom, doesn't it? A dove? Or actually, when they let doves off the boat, they go to find land. Is that right? Okay.
Right. That's what Noah did when,
Mhm.
he'd send one out every once in a while. If one finally came back with a fig branch in its mouth.
Right.
But so it's the symbol of peace, but it's trapped in a spider web. And the more you try to get loose, the more tangled you become. Is this prophetic about the mouth that never stops moving? And I don't mind.
Okay, so she lives in Western Maryland, and our town was a big Civil War hospital.
Duh.
Okay, all right.
Oh, honey.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't go through Manassas without hearing the gunshots and men screaming.
Yep. There are a lot of people. I know Carolyn Booker was on before, and she had seen a Civil War soldier who was trying to cross people across the street and knew that she could see them. And he said, "Can you please help me? These people all are ready to cross over and they need somebody to help them." And it was in that area. I remember her telling me that.
Was it in Maryland or was it in Gettysburg or?
It was in one of the battleground areas.
Wow.
Yeah. And she helped them cross over, but it's like she could see them. She could see the people. And it was like, he said, "I'm in charge here and I got all these people. Can you help me? I need to." And, some of the things that have happened to her and her husband when she sees these apparitions and ghost stories are amazing. Yeah.
I was digging in my backyard. I lived in Virginia, and my backyard is part of the Manassas, both first and second battles. And I was putting in a new patio and digging under these trees that I always sat under. And I was at the last section, and I hear this voice say, "I love you," like Ricardo Montalban. And the hairs on every part of my body were standing up, and I really expected to see a man standing there, and he wasn't. But I had unearthed one of the souls that had been trapped in the tree roots from back then, because that's right where I was digging. And I think he still comes and visits. I don't know his name, but every once in a while I get
But he has an accent?
Yeah. Yeah. And it could, I mean,
French?
he could have been French. He could have been.
Yes.
Because,
Maybe it was Lafayette.
Yeah. Oh.
So was it the Civil War or was it the
Yes.
Revolutionary
Well,
War?
it could have been either, because that territory was Camp Washington, where I lived, and that's where Washington had his platoon and everything before the war. It was outside of Fairfax in Chantilly. Anyway, I thought it was somebody from the Civil War. I really felt it was from the Civil War, because I knew battle had gone on in my backyard.
Yeah.
This
And
could
Karen-
have been. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say this could have been a past life too. You could have been there at that time, or it could be leftover energy held
Yeah.
there.
That's
Very true. Yeah. And that's Carolyn saw it in Williamsburg, Colonial Williamsburg. That's where
Right.
she saw the vision. Yeah.
She's here. Hey.
Yeah. So A. Gibson says, whoever had the dream of the gun going off, I too had the same dream in February, same week.
That's crazy. That is, isn't it? It's like,
It
wow.
is and it isn't. It's just
Right.
showing us that these people are, they have never come here. Some of these people that I've seen before. And
It's so
we're all
cool.
tapped in. We're all tapped in.
Mhm.
So
We're all
cool.
tapped in.
And
I love
Gibson,
it.
where do you live?
Yeah. A. Gibson,
Just wondering.
tell us. Yeah.
Not that-
What you mean, general area. of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter. I'm just,
Yep.
was it really being acted out in its home backyard? Were you close enough to, I'm just trying to connect dots.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling too, Debbie. It feels like that revolution feeling with the dreams here,
Mhm.
and that Linda had and that you've had, Diana,
There's
and
gonna
it,
be some sort of upset.
yeah, and then the outdoors too, to have it outside. Like we already had January 6th, but it feels like somehow people are going to rally together about everything going on. Maybe it won't be bloody,
Right.
but
But there'll be so many people standing up that they'll have no choice
yeah,
but to.
I just really think he's going to have a problem. 47 is going to have a problem with getting the military to do what he says.
yeah. There's
I think these young guys are going to say, because he's going to want us hurt, those who go against him.
Yeah.
And I see them saying no.
And he's dumping veterans benefits, and he's dumped a bunch of employees that were formerly that are veterans. They're
Right.
not
And he's
happy.
getting rid of the attorneys, the JAGs. He's getting rid of them. And Hedgehog even said, well, we're getting rid of them in case something happens and they're not going to be interrupting.
in the way. Yeah.
Did you
In the
guys,
way of what?
by chance, see the town hall in
Idaho.
Yes.
It's so disturbing.
She's a doctor. She was a doctor.
Oh, and by the way, the man that got her, he's getting $150,000 a year in disability benefits.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, and he had a job. I get what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh dear. Nothing like that, huh? And
Busted.
what you say? The karma bus always comes around, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's coming. And you know that once they start hitting that, I know this, we didn't mean to go political, but once they start
Right.
touching
No,
it,
it's okay.
to really do this stuff, they haven't a clue what's about to bite them.
No, they don't.
It's going to be horrible because people are going to say, what do I have to live for?
Right. Right.
Or if you're killing my babies or I've lost everything, what do I have to live for? Let's go get them. And did you hear that they wanted him and Pam Bondi are talking about getting rid of guns, not from Trumpsters, but from anybody else?
Right. Right. And
But,
and
you
they're
know,
also they're working on the eugenics idea, getting rid of disabled people, getting rid of just like you know who did. Yeah.
Yep. Well,
I know.
the thing is the NRA wouldn't like that. It's the Second Amendment. You know, I'll die with my gun. So.
Right.
Well, anyway, the dream part is what got me off on the charges when I shot
No,
my
it's fine. No,
No.
because we
I
were
was dreaming.
we're all feeling it. Yeah.
It's front and center in everything right now.
Mm-hmm.
And being light workers, that's our job.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
anyway,
Yep.
but this is so much fun. I'm reading the dreams. Okay, you guys, there's so many interesting dreams.
There's wonderful
Right?
dreams there. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, they dropped the charges against her, Edward. Thank you. She's running for office. Oh, well,
Oh.
they'll do a good job.
Yes. You know who else I think? I think the governor of Maine will get Susan Collins' job.
I think so too.
I
She
think
makes
I
me
think
so
so
happy.
too.
Yes.
I want to
She's-
be on the
Well,
runway
listen,
with the light.
Canada was not doing good. It was what are the people that are like the Trumpsters? They were ahead in Canada. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
But after what Trump has done, they're back up. They're neck to neck. Because I remember seeing the blue win. And people
Mhm.
were saying no, because the red is higher. I said no, because what Trump's doing is turning people off.
Well, and they're I love it because we have so many Canadian followers on our channels, and I support them. I know a lot of you do as well.
Yes.
But it's like their pride has come out, and they're waving their flag, and it's
They
wonderful.
sing their
to see.
songs, and
Yeah.
Trudeau even said, "I've never seen Canada come together like it's coming together now."
Yeah.
I love
I'll-
that.
Take me
Hi,
over
Kevin.
to Windsor. man. Make me the new province over in Windsor. Take Michigan.
Yeah, well,
You
that,
can
and
also-
please take Y or K. Y
Yeah.
or K. Yeah.
You know, in Michigan, did you see that congresswoman stand up there and say, all these people at these rallies complaining and whining? I thought, girl, you're not going to make another term, are you?
You can
Nope.
tell where she's from.
She's from Michigan.
Yeah, right in the middle where there's nothing but cows and fields.
Oh my, that is
She's
something
a cow
else.
patty too.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
All right, so let's see. We got another one here. By the way,
Kristen.
Linda, whenever it is that you need to go, you just go, because some of us are probably going
Kristen,
to
I
hang
just
back.
want to say real quick, Kristen,
Yeah.
you said you had dreams of looking out the window at the beach
Yeah.
and watching a wave get bigger and bigger.
Ooh,
She's right above next
Got
next RN.
you got it. Thank you.
I
Okay.
always have a dream. I always think it was a past life because I always am standing on the ocean waiting for a tidal wave.
That's your Lemuria breaking up and,
Yeah.
and your Lord's Prayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
I have that too, Linda. It scares me because I know that I can't swim that well.
Yeah.
And
And you
nobody
know you're
can.
going to die. I stand there
Yeah.
knowing I'm
Yeah.
going to die.
Well,
Absolutely.
and bring in the fact, Aley, with your fish and your.
I'm afraid
just-
of fish. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's
Definitely.
because how many times have you drowned?
Yeah, I've drowned a couple
That's-
times in my past
yeah.
life, and I've also been left on a boat afloat and died because I had no way of getting anywhere else. So yeah, it's a fear, a real fear. That
My
comes.
daughter had a fear of going over bridges when she was little. She doesn't have that
Uh-huh.
anymore.
My
So
mom
something
did.
happened on a bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I have to show this one here. I only ever have dreams in which I'm looking for a toilet, and I always find them overloaded with pieces and urine, and the floors are dirty, and you can't really. Welcome to my world.
I have dreams like that too.
What?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I'm panic stricken because I'm out somewhere. When I was a kid, my mother said, you don't use the public toilet except you could pee, but you can't sit. ever, no sitting. And I had this phobia that, what am I going to do if I got to go? And so I have dreams. I'm looking for a bathroom all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And the ones that I have, they're overflowing and they're dirty. And I go to the next door and it's like, nope, can't use that one. Go to the next door. It's like, nope, can't use that one. Yeah, I have those dreams too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were you at the Target with me the day before yesterday?
Sharon, you're funny. So Sharon and Do It for Van Gogh, they had the toilet dream too. Look at that.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Oh my God. Yes. Karen has toilet dreams.
But
yeah.
wouldn't that be about releasing something within you? If the,
Yes.
the water
Yeah.
of life is full and it's got all kinds of feces and stuff.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be
You're right.
about not
It
being
is.
able to release because you're too backed up with other things?
You see, you got
Letting
I
go.
love that.
See,
Yeah.
Linda, you know
Anytime.
what it is. Yeah. You know what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. A fear of releasing or not knowing where you can release or,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. You can be a regular here now, Linda.
Okay.
From every
Because
Tuesday.
we release.
So, Linda, I have one question to ask you. Do you believe the Krasnov story?
What's the
Did you do-
Krasnov?
It was somebody came out that was a Russian agent a couple of days ago and said that Trump had been recruited in
believe it.
1987 and his name was Krasnov. Yeah. Yeah.
I totally believe it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
Been saying that since Taj Mahal failed.
Uh-huh. Yep. Wow. Everybody's got the toilet dream. I know you're all I know
never
we're
had
not
that.
weird. We're not weirdos. Yeah.
No, we all come
Yeah.
here to relieve ourselves.
Yeah.
There's a lot of toilet talk in spirituality. I mean, the bathroom is a pretty spiritual place, releasing and cleansing. And
Don't you get visits from your guide in there, Teri?
I do. I have a portal in my shower.
I do too.
Yeah.
The first night I met all my guides, I got up to pee in the middle of the night and they were all standing in my bathroom.
Right?
Isn't
They
that
love that place. Yeah.
We'll get
Great
her
downloads.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Oh Lord. Teri, you want to pick another one or?
I was just hoping you'd say that because Water Lily just put this one up and I love it.
All right.
I have many dreams of floods. My daughter and I in a 2-story apartment watching a tsunami coming.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well.
This sounds like a past life, Water Lily, and it could even be like Atlantis.
That's very true.
well, they always say pay attention to the color of the water.
Oh.
Is the water clear? Is it dirty?
True. Yes. And don't eat yellow
Water
snow.
is very spiritual. I've always heard that water
Oh,
is
yeah.
very
Oh yeah, emotional too. What's underneath? It's churning. Yeah. Wow. The other thing I have to say is that unless you have a bad affliction with Neptune and Pisces like I do, I've had what, 6 floods. Take care of my. I had to have my kitchen redone. My RV was totaled. Yeah, so I've had all kinds of issues with it, and so to me that speaks to some kind of cleansing that needs to be done in my life.
Right.
What else could it be? It's over and over again. Yeah.
And you're still trapped in it because of where Neptune and Saturn and we're in Pisces, the sun and Mercury, and everybody's in there having a party on you.
Yep. That's
And
very true.
as cleansing as water is, we can also look at it as transformation.
Transformation.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mhm.
And I like this because we have both a little one and a mommy,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And the water can mean emotions too, Water Lily, where, just with what's going on, in your life and maybe in the collective. I mean, there's a lot. And so, you can work with water to release your emotions, with this tsunami coming in. I mean, there's nothing really bigger than a tsunami, and giving it all away and letting it take it, because then it takes it way, 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 way back out. And
That's true.
Releasing.
Then it comes back in and destroys everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
In the turmoil. Hi, Marilla.
Plus, everything's so overwhelming now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we've aged. I mean, I know I have. I've aged like 10 years in 2 months or 6.
Yeah, I
weeks.
hear you.
Yeah.
I'm putting on moisturizer like crazy.
Me too.
I'll tell you what, I'm just rubbing that in.
Well, and the hives have shrunk. You know how scaly my skin is on my arms? Oh my God.
Wow.
There's not enough coconut oil or
They
castor
can
oil
absorb
in
it.
my house.
Suzanne, this is kind of a prophetic thing. You keep having dreams of your ex-husband, then out of the blue, he calls and wants to see you and get back to talking. You've been divorced 27 years. You had a premonition. Your dream was a premonition that you were going to hear from him. Yeah,
The other thing is he could be thinking of her and he visits her in the dream.
absolutely, Linda.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Is he alive, Suzanne? Is he still
That would help.
well, because my late husband is always coming back. And
That's
so yeah.
Mine
But
does
he-
too. And we were divorced, but now
Uh-huh.
he's, got a lot of apologizing to say.
Yeah.
I love you, Matt.
Mhm. Edward says, "Run, Suzanne, run." Absolutely. Yeah. ESP or premonition.
Yeah, maybe
Absolutely.
some unresolved things between the two of them, They
Yeah.
might not deal it in this lifetime. They'll deal with it in the next lifetime.
Mhm.
It says defend what is dear to you. So if he's trying to apologize,
Let him.
you're right. And
Yeah.
you can,
Oh, he's still alive.
right.
Yeah.
Then then he did try to call you.
Yeah.
And I'd say, tell him how it is.
Yeah, and ask for some cash.
Yes. It looked like the Hunger Games there, Diana.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here comes Freya.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Wow. Well, should you get to talking? I don't know. That's going to be up to you, Suzanne.
How do
yeah,
I didn't.
It's how you feel. Yeah. How you
I do feel like there's a reconnection coming.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
maybe he has something to tell you about his health.
He has some regrets.
Well,
Yeah.
And we don't know if he's sick. He could be very sick right now.
That's exactly what I
Well,
think.
that's true. Can you help me? That's what Diana had to do with her ex. She took care of
Oh,
him.
my
till he-
daughter's here. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Welcome. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can maintain boundaries with him, Suzanne.
Yeah.
And you can just say, I forgive you and call it quits. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
we-
it's been a whole lifetime. 27 years is a long time of not.
That
seeing-
is a long time.
It
Yeah.
is.
It is.
I think this Margaret dream is a revisit to a place she lived before.
I agree. Yeah, I totally agree. It happened to me, but it was a recognition. When I was 10 years old, we were driving through the South. I was in the back seat of my car and I sat up and I said, I've been here before. And I said, there's this place here. And then they go around the corner and there's this place there. And my mother said, no, we've never been here before, dear. We've never been here before. I said, yeah, I have. And so it was that recognition. And so it must be a place you liked, Margaret, if it's not bothersome, because you really have to look at the emotions you're feeling as well when you're going through that dream. Are you fearful? Are you happy? Yeah. Ladies?
it feels like another
Feels like
timeline.
a past someplace they've been before.
Yeah.
I'm sure if she drove into it, she'd recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
agree with you all that it's past life.
Yeah. I drew this card. It says, star bathing.
Star bathing.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Beautiful.
You know, and it's we step outside, we may not know the name to every star out there, right? But we have looked at this familiar sky. So it's your light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation place you've been before, a past life, as everybody's thinking.
Yeah. Okay. Great. That's great. Yeah,
Hey,
so
listen,
we're at the
guys,
top
I
of
have
the
to go.
Yeah, I
have to
know
go.
you do, Linda. Yeah,
Thank
we thank you for joining us tonight, and you're welcome. Come back anytime, girl.
Oh, that was
know,
fun.
you know how to
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
fun, isn't
Yeah,
it?
That
you
was
know
a
how to
lot
do
of
it.
fun. Thank you
Yeah.
That
guys.
was so much fun. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Linda.
Thanks for being here.
We'll see you
Love
later.
you later.
Bye-bye.
Good to spend time with you, Linda. Thank you.
Good. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, very good. So we've got this is an interesting dream. We'll do a couple more, and I dreamt 2 military helicopters with a laser pulsed the sky. It rained electrical particles and illuminated the web or the grid that indigo kids and autistic children use to communicate. This is amazing.
Oh my
Kelly, I knew
God.
you'd like this one, and Terry too. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Back in our talk.
I've got chills over this one. I haven't even tried to think. Rain particles.
Isn't it you that told me about the tapes? What is it? The something tapes?
Yeah, they're on
The-
YouTube. It's not the autism tapes, but
Telepathy tapes?
Telepathy
telepathy
tapes.
Which
It's
is
a
where they
channel.
work with autistic kids that don't talk, and they do it through telepathy. Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Well, they somehow or another they're able to key in and give the information, but like they'll be like, I want some potato chips, and their parents will say, oh no, we're out of potato chips, and there's like, no, it's in the kitchen cabinet on the right. And so they know where things are, they know what's going on, and they can people are testing them now. And this woman, she was a scientist, and she went in and she was making a documentary on it. And I think it got picked up by Netflix or somebody. Anyway, and she's it's going to be pretty impressive, but
That is.
it's on YouTube, you guys.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Terry.
Well, and there is that grid or the web. I mean, there's a grid that goes around the planet, kind of like the light body of the planet. And all that crystalline energy is stored in there. And I feel like they really connect to that. I mean, they're already there in 5th dimension. Oh, there she is. I love that, Diana.
Oh my
That
goodness.
was February 7th
Okay.
into the morning of the 8th. And here's the grid.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, everybody is working with grids. They're writing codes. They're doing that. White Dragon says they're trying to tap into the grid in hopes to weaponize it. So would that be other ETs you're talking about, White Dragon?
Or
because I don't believe the children would
or
be
Star
doing.
Boy.
Oh, okay. Well, Kelly, what do you think about this?
I pulled a couple cards and I pulled freedom, and this was, to give them freedom. And then this one I pulled, it says get grounded, but it says empaths and highly sensitive, which they all are. And it was to help them connect. And then create.
Okay.
Kitty, when did you have this? Because not that it has to be the same, but I woke up with some strange things. I woke up seeing a triceratops, but it was also this grid, and there was a blanket floating, and I couldn't get what was in the grid. I just knew that it had something to do with the triceratops. And then I woke up saying this name, Tara Tupensky. Now, that could be said so many ways, right? We know that Tara is terra firma, it's the earth, but Terra or twopence, when we were talking backstage before the show, Aley had said, who was supposed to be on with 2 pence last night and the show didn't happen?
Oh no. Keir Starmer was supposed to be with Trump today.
Oh,
Is that what you're asking? Oh,
well,
I don't know
no,
if he met
I
with him or
thought
not.
you had found something about 2 pence. You said something.
Oh
about
no.
Okay,
No, sorry.
that was my misunderstanding.
Okay.
But 2 pence went
Mhm.
skiing. I mean, what is all of that? That just never came together. But every time I woke up to go to the little girl's room, I was saying Tara Tupensky, Tara Tupensky, Tara Tupensky. I was going to sleep saying it. So I'm wondering if there is some kind of a connection with that. Because that dinosaur brings me to children. I was a teacher of little ones.
True.
That's
Yeah.
a big unit.
Yeah.
We make a book.
Oh, look at White Dragon says they're trying to use the kids as untappable radios. Okay. Wow.
It almost feels like she's on a mission to help save the children.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so.
Yeah.
And she's doing that work in her sleep too.
Neuralink.
Right. And we've had a lot of us have had, and I'm sure in all the groups, people watching us, like we'll wake up and somebody will be sitting on the edge of the bed or something, just kind of watching to see, oh, they can really do that. Like they can really travel or time travel or whatever. So, yeah, there's watchers out there. There's also other watchers that are making sure that nobody interferes.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, that could be who that guy was too. When I first drew that picture out, I was thinking, this isn't Runji, my my Starboy guide. Not that Starboy, another. Yeah. But
maybe it was Elon before the surgery. Or it could be what his son's going to look like in a few years. Yeah.
Right. Or a new guy. I didn't feel any malice with him, but that was all that I could remember of the event that night with him. But anyway.
Yeah. Wow. And it gave Lori Hunsinger goosebumps because she has an autistic child, I think she said, or grandchild. And here it is, grandson. And she wondered how he was communicating in different realms. Wow. That's something else.
That's beautiful, Lauren. Yeah, we've got autism in my family too. My son and
I think a lot of people have it more now than they did in the past. But
yeah. I'm just reading what this is interesting. Linda says there's a lot of research in the positive effects of methylfolate B9, which is vitamin B broken down. I'm gonna write that down.
All right. There you go. I love this. What do you think about this? 8 siblings all having the same recurring dream.
Wow.
Oh,
but
You
what
are
is it?
so tapped in as siblings. If that's you, that's you must have had lots of lifetimes together. That's my first thought. Yeah.
Right. How many soul contracts? How many crossovers? How many times have you been the parent and then been the child, or vice versa? And all within, and your parents, do they have these same crossover dreams or recurring?
Yeah. Like a tribe, and it feels like you guys all came down, like you made that soul contract to come here together to help with what was happening. So I'm wondering if they're all as tuned in as you are. I want my $2.
You just helped me tap in that they all came on the same spaceship.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your donation, Mr. Maurice Evans Jones.
Yeah.
30 years ago, he dreamt of 2 different daily lottery ticket numbers 2 days in a row. It came out both days. I didn't purchase any tickets then because I didn't play the lottery then. OMG.
And ever since you've been trying, right?
I know. It's like, whoop, you had your shot. We even gave you 2 shots, Maurice.
God said, you gotta play the numbers.
Wow.
I say never give up.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Blue Avian, I'm sorry to hear that. It has to be hard on both of you.
Yeah. She used to have a recurring nightmare, and is that what the one you were gonna?
Well, no, her son is epileptic and autistic.
Oh, that is
honey,
hard. Yes,
it's a lot.
absolutely. Yeah, it is a lot. Yep.
You know what you can do to help with nightmares? You can cut up lemons or limes, and you can slice them in half. You can slice them in quarters. You can put salt underneath them and put them underneath their bed, and that really helps with nightmares.
Wow, I like
And it
that.
lasts for a long time, doesn't it, with the salt
Mhm.
on it? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I've stopped listening to music at night. I've been, those beats things and angel
Yeah.
music and all that stuff. I was listening to Preston Dennett and whomever that gal is that is on with her. And she had said something about that. And now listening to you guys talk about Starboy and trying to tap into people's psychic and that they're putting subliminal things in those, it hasn't affected my ability to dream in the least. But now my phone is no longer on, nor am I listening to any music. And so they can't really tap into me, right?
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah. That must be. I hope you're still not having that happen, Blue Avian. I hope that you are released from that. There must be something about it that you haven't taken care of yet, or hasn't, that it would come back over and over and over again. So this is wonderful, and thank you for this. Every night I wake up in an alternate timelines of my life. The level of consciousness taught time is illusion. We're living multiple lives. I agree
That's
with
right.
you. And I've read a really good book called Alternate Realities of the Mind, or something like that. And he talks about that throughout the whole thing. And that's why some days it seems like the timelines have jumped. When we wake up,
Yes.
we were on a different timeline. Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's that author? Do you remember, Aley?
I'm trying to think.
I can look it up.
Yeah. I've got a couple other books to read from him, but I'll put it up on the show notes later on when I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
it's very, very well done.
Yeah. Aley is a professor, you guys. So
Yeah,
literally.
but I don't have really all that time to read as much as I'd love to, but yeah, too much grading. Yeah.
Oh, multi dimensions, right, Valerie?
Yeah.
Love that.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you saw that you want to do here, Teri? I have to say you are the co-hostess with the mostest.
Oh, I want to do it all.
I know.
Let's see. Yeah.
There is one about a crystal.
Oh yeah, we want that one. I saw that. I think I started that one. Canadian chick. I had a dream of the biggest crystal clear quartz, as big as a glacier. A beautiful elderly lady smiled as she gave me a crystal clear quartz. It was bigger than my hand. The dream was so peaceful.
So, Canadian chick, back in 1991, there was a crystal found in Australia that was about that big, and it was called an Earthkeeper crystal, and they were selling little pieces of it, that you could put on make a necklace. And I ended up buying one at the time, and it's the most powerful crystal that I own. And I don't know if it was under the ground or above, but there were only a certain number of crystals. It probably wasn't as big as a glacier, but it was like a huge boulder size, at least. And yeah, I'm sure must be more of those throughout the world, wouldn't you think? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Arkansas.
Yes.
Arkansas.
Oneida. Yeah. Oneida, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wonderful.
I would make sure that you have clear quartz crystal on hand, because I think you could really work with it in many ways. You can program it to, for whatever you need. If it's healing, if it's insight, whatever you want, you could program it. But I do really feel, Canadian Chick, that is like your crystal.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm jealous. I love quartz. I'm jealous.
Yeah. I have a dear friend that I think has passed on in the past month, and she was a crystal shaman, and it sounds like her, elderly woman that was sweet as could be. Giving you
That's
crystal.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. So next, HN, you dreamed you were with patients caring for surgery. You don't work as a surgical nurse. Could this be people who passed or a new position for you? This may be what is it? A prophecy, or are you a nurse? I'm guessing you are a nurse, because you said, is this a new position for you?
So there's a lot of people here that work with galactics, Diana, and there's a lot of ships up there that have medical teams on them. You can talk to White Dragon or Dr. Gail Skywalking the Moon about it. And they have surgeries in there. And this could actually be something that you do at night in your dreams, is going up and helping.
Right. I like that one for sure.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
All
And it could be both, really, she could be doing it at night, and it could be something too that, is the angels and guides are lining up in the background, to propose this new position for you.
You took, I might have been reading your mind, but that's what I was thinking too.
You were
Yeah. That's yeah. And Sharon's saying the same thing. Lots of galactics. She works on a triangular ship when she's asleep. Sharon, no wonder why you can't jump out of bed early in the morning and go running.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Anyway, we do want to say that this show is on every week on Tuesday nights at the same time. I recognize people on the East Coast. It's a little bit late for you, but we always are here. If one of us can't come, the other three will. I mean, we always have enough people to do some, and we have fabulous people in the chat that are really, you can see, are really good at what they do as well. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that. Yeah.
Can you put this up at 10:12? There's from Finbar. I dreamt I was in a massive ethereal cathedral type room with angel type beings in ethereal robes. Everything was blue toned. It seemed some of the beings were floating. That's kind of like what I see often when I'm in the Akashic records and doing the Akashic field show, which I do just a few hours before this one.
Yeah.
So I think that's where you are.
Yep.
And that you have a calling. You should look into this more if you haven't already. Dragonfly crystals, Valerie Klingenbeck, she teaches the class with Aley, as a matter of fact, right?
Yeah, I help her out. But yeah, she has a great Akashic Records class, and you will walk out of there with something. You will. Yeah. Yeah,
you will. There's also under the Sphinx, there's an area that's beautiful, and the Raw Collective is down there a lot, and other beings. Anyway, you should look into that as well, because that's a healing area, and also the field of Akash.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
I get the card empathy. Finbar, you must have the empathy that it takes in order to do that kind of work, because you need
Yeah.
people with compassion and understanding and kindness. So
It's a sacred calling.
It
hence the
is.
cathedral.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah, I
you
get
do?
you're doing major healing, major healing.
Yeah.
Here, here on earth, while you're awake, but also while you're sleeping too.
Yeah. I don't know if you've done Reiki or pranic healing or just got your own thing, Finbar, but I bet you're really good at it.
And I bet you feel this retreat when you go there. I pulled the Hermit card. And that's kind of your description of it. That's the feeling when you get when you're in there, you're just talking to whomever steps forward to give you the information or to hand you the book or to hand you the glass tube or scroll or however it gets delivered to you. Everybody, you all have, I'm sure, many experiences in there.
So White Dragon says Michael's retreat over Banff, and that's the second highest UFO in North America. It's like Area 51 and then Banff. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I want to go there so much because
I've always wanted to go there, but I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
In
Wow.
Alberta. Yeah. Yep. Lake Louise is really wonderful as well. So
Road trip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
That's right.
dream plan. Dream meeting.
Yeah.
Headed
Well,
to Banff.
yeah. Well, we've been on a little over an hour and 20 minutes, and I guess there's a lot of people that are we'd love to have you come back. The show in the show notes are all the links to the names of our channels. We'd love to have you as subscribers. Even Diana has a channel. She hasn't gotten it up and running as much, but she's OILPNTR, Oil Painter. And Teri's at Holding Your Space, and Kelly at Cali Healer. And this is my channel at Heart and Soul Connected. So we're just thrilled that you all came. And I know Linda brought a lot of you along. And we have people in the chat that have been with us for 3 years that are so wonderful. And we love seeing them every week. And we'd love to have you as part of our community as well. So
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for being here.
everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you,
moderators.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Nat.
Thanks, everyone.
Diana.
Take
Thank you.
care. Sweet
Sweet
dreams.
dreams.
Mwah.
Night, night.
Night, night.